So we're gonna put in these ever focus cameras here, outside bullet cameras for bar. I want to be able to see outside clearly, traffic, lights, what have you. This is HD camera. The whole system's HD. They're pretty easy to put in so far. VNC connectors for we're using Siamese. It's Alaska, so it's a heavier wire. They're pretty good cameras. Specs are very compatible to your higher end Pelcos. Actually, that's what we're replacing, some used 4 or 5 year Watchdog Pelcos, I think they were. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started and mounting the anchors to concrete and get this job on the run here. Okay, so it's in the evening. Not really evening. I started about 12. It's about 6:30 now. 6:45. So that's what it came out to. Finished up here. Of course, I had to calibrate it. Calibrate the camera. And this is the main area that customer wants to view. This parking lot area for fights and what have you. Notification. So yeah. So the next install is going to be this corner here. Got the hole there. I'm going to box it, come off 5 and maybe 6. That box is going to give me an extra 2 feet. So we'll be right up there, and we want to catch this angle here. And then the other 2 cameras, I'm going to PVC a line all the way down, and they'll be at that end. So like I said, I pulled the wire, basically ran it from the panel through a concrete wall, about 8 inches of concrete. Bored through it with a bit, put a box on it, ran wires out, so it's a lot of traffic around. It's a public bar, so we want to try to avoid as much traffic, so we want to get as much done in the high traffic areas. So we got everything outside. We got a little obstacle here. So the slope on this porch, put my truck here so I can kind of hold the spot, but the slope on this porch is kind of steep. So to anchor that concrete, I'm gonna get a little help and figure out a support mechanism. Probably gonna tie off there and see if I can get a buddy's pickup truck, and we might do a kind of a horizontal 20-foot ladder effect. So stay tuned. Want to make it safe, but we got to get her done. We only have about 3 anchors to really put in there and mount the camera, and then we'll pull the wire through there. So yeah, we're gonna tackle that. We're gonna need a little help with that one though, so we'll wait around. Public place, so it's a lot of activity. Doing it by myself. Got a little help though, thank goodness. One of my buddies is coming over with a corded hammer drill, more power, as we drill out these anchors, because this is stone, it's concrete. So and it's 8 inches of concrete, so we're gonna have to anchor the bolts for the supports. Now this is PVC, electrical grade, 1-inch PVC. So we're just gonna run a straight line here so we get our vantage point. The customer wants to see. and we'll get it going. So we started from this end, worked our way that way. Let's see if I can show you here. Like I said, we're gonna do some heating, do some offsets here, and the PVC. See if we can get a little bit better shot at that. So you see here where that sweep almost connecting. Once we do the offset in there, it's going to sit differently. So we'll slide those together and we'll tighten up that whole run. Like I said, that whole run goes all the way down. So those are all anchored in concrete. So this is pretty much the piping out that we did. It's about 109 feet, something like that. But it's all concrete. So all those were anchored. 3/16 concrete bit. We had a quarter power drill to push them through. I left some of them open because I want to put some heat on these joints, do some offsets, and then we'll make that cut, piece that together. We'll tighten all that down. We also want to make sure we have it loose for pull points. So when we go ahead and pull our wire through, we don't want to heat this PVC with the wire in there. So that's what we're going to work on now. Box goes up top. Here we're going to do a 90 sweep. Got to come around the corner here. Probably with liquid tight. We're looking to put a gutter. Probably a gutter down the side. So I left them about 6 inches to a foot, a little bit more, so they can do their gutter work if they decide to put a gutter there. Like I said, we'll come down here, liquid tight, 90 sweep. This is the front of the building here. The 90 sweep's going to come around. Looks like a pretty decent vantage point, so we're going to mount a box somewhere here and come up. Have to measure that out. A vantage point here, simply up high. You got your entrance. We want to see, we should be able to see all of this pretty much from this angle here.